Hey, hey,
Hey, what's up, my brother from another mother? How you doing?
I'm doing excellent because this Monday is done day.
Monday, done day, and we still got a little bit of fun day left in the Monday, right?
Yes, we do. This is the best
Oh,
part of the Monday right here.
dude, you ain't kidding. You could say that again.
This best part of a Monday right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is definitely the highlight of my Monday evenings, man. I tell you what, good
Still
stuff.
think I'm
Episode
trying to.
12. Episode 12. You believe that? 3 months, man. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's a
And
business
people
quarter.
still watch us.
I don't get. Yeah, I'm glad. I appreciate it. I
Oh, yeah. Very much
thank you,
appreciated.
thank you everyone for still watching this. I guess and we're maybe doing something okay. I guess
Yeah, we're somewhat okay, I guess.
somewhat okay, marginal. Yeah, yeah. No, man, I'm glad for this evening. It's been a hell of a day, but keep your chin up, keep pushing forward.
What's
What's
up,
up,
Mr.
Ted?
Tech?
Good to see you, brother.
Got some sweet pea.
Hey, sweet pea. We got a little sweet pea, little chicken wing. What's up, Mr.
Man,
Harris?
we almost got a buffet. A little sweet pea,
Hey,
chicken wing. Mr. Baker's here.
Mr. Baker, how you doing this evening, sir? Appreciate you joining us. No, it's been I tell you what, it's been an interesting day.
Sounds
Mr.
like it, brother.
Barone, hey, got to meet that gentleman this weekend. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Look at this guy. Oh, we clicked at the
Postman
same time.
himself.
Yeah. What's up, Postman? Good to see you, brother. But no, man,
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's been an interesting day, but kind of coming down from an awesome weekend. Holy smokes! Holy smokes!
It was an
Another
amazing
guy,
weekend, man.
another guy from this weekend. What's up, Mr. Waller? Good to meet you this past weekend. But
So
I'll say,
before
how
we
was
get
your weekend?
before
But
we get
yeah,
started talking about the fun weekend we had, you want to roll this super cool intro?
man, let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
I don't remember beans.
I like it.
Yes, love it.
It's
So
not too bad.
when my picture came up on breaking news, Miss Meg said, "I never thought that's the way I would see you on the news." She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
Oh, no, I like it. I don't know. We could touch it up a little bit, but yeah, not too shabby for somebody who doesn't know absolutely squat about anything technical, but sitting in your garage for a few hours on a Saturday learning
I love it,
something.
brother. I love
It's a
it.
good start. It's a good start. I'm just glad we got an intro we can play. That's
There
awesome.
you go.
But yeah, speaking back of the weekend, there's some cats on here that I had a chance to meet for the first time this past weekend. I don't know. What did you do this weekend?
He hummed around with some hooligans
Facts.
at
Facts.
Bearded Hero in
Bearded
game.
hero. Bearded hero in game. Yup. Yup. Big shout out to the folks from Bearded Hero. What an awesome competition. It only regret I have is I wish I would have come across this organization years ago so I could have been in all of them because man,
Absolutely.
what a hoot. What a hoot.
Great
Just
night.
the people, the venue, the way that it was put together. There's a lot of thought that goes into that. Jen Anderson and company, right? There's a whole board that works
Oh, yeah.
together to pull all those pieces together. But man, just a lot of details that I never would have thought of from a comp perspective. I mean, the best in show was like a mystery person walking around in the audience to
Great.
meet people. I mean, what a great idea.
It's a great
Uh,
concept.
the Speedo, yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but holy smokes. I mean, yeah, I've seen pictures of comps where, guys are wearing Speedos and just, just being Speedo guys wearing Speedos. But to raise money in the whole category is who can raise the most cash as part of a Speedo. I mean, that's just I don't know, it's ingenious. So I appreciate it, Postman. But yeah, that was certainly a new element for me. Certainly, I wasn't shy. I was tucking bucks in everybody's speedos for sure. But yeah, like right there, yes,
He
yes,
was a buck tucker.
Mr. Felipe. And speaking of that picture, there's another one. I had a chance to compete with some awesome, 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 awesome. I'm just going to keep saying awesome, awesome mustaches. You know what I mean? Maybe I could say it a couple more times. I had a chance to take the stage with the legendary, the one and only Taxi Phil. I mean,
Man, I
holy
know
shit.
that's been a goal of yours for a long time.
Oh my
Well,
God. Yeah, right. The first time I met him, I think I'd said, "Holy shit, look at that!" Right, just in awe. And yeah, we were at the brunch, the birthday brunch for the surprise birthday brunch for Billy Bracker, and Phil was wearing this T-shirt, and on the back it said, "It's not a mustache if you can't, or it's not a stash or whatever, if you can't see it from behind." Right. And, anyway, I commented, I'm like, "Phil, I love that T-shirt." He said, "I wore it for you." And I'm like, "Well, yep, I get that. Yep, you can see yours from behind. You can't see mine from behind as easy." But he kind of pointed to his beard and said, "I might shave this off yet this evening." And I thought, "Holy
There's my
shit!"
chance.
Right? And I think we were headed to the hotel to get checked in, and I was like, "Bro, Phil said he might be shaving off his beard. How freaking cool would that be to get to take the stage and lose to Taxi Phil?" I was so excited, so excited. And I'm not one to. I've been on a hell of a streak. Whatever, it's all good. It's not about the competition. It's about the charities and spending time with family. And this is a bearded family.
Absolutely.
But the
Beyond a doubt.
opportunity to take third behind Felipe and Taxi Phil is first. And I thought, oh my God, what? I mean, I couldn't be happier. That gentleman right there, he competed in like 4 different categories, right? Styled stash and beard, full beard, and obviously the mustache category. And I'm like, oh my God. Dude, my heart was so full from being able to spend time with people I enjoy being around, especially you, my brother.
Thank
But
you, sir.
to lose to Taxi Phil, man, I tell you what, I hope he does not grow that beard back, and I get to listen to him every time from here to infinity, because that would just be a fucking hoot.
A
Taxi,
hoot.
if you're watching, I love you, man, and it was an absolute honor, just an absolute honor.
So, speaking of hanging out with family, I just have to say, Indiana Beard Mob showed up.
Oh, damn Skippy,
We
damn
had
Skippy! Look at that crew throwing up some
we
salutes.
we had a heck of a crew with us that weekend, man, or Saturday. It was a good time. Appreciate everybody that came out. Just so many other clubs. I mean, there was, man, I should have counted up, but there was so many clubs represented in that building that day, and so many hugs, so many hugs.
I'm telling you,
Love it.
there in my short time, there was a couple clubs that I hadn't even heard of before. I ended up getting winning a raffle from Queen City Beard and Mustache Federation, and I'm like, I've never heard of them before, but I got fresh T-shirts and koozies. You know what I mean? No, it was cool. A great. It wasn't really like comp centric, but there was a lot of or not comp, but club centric, right? It's kind of non club affiliated, but yeah, there's so many different clubs that showed up.
Great
So
representation. Great representation. It's a whole the
hell
whole
yeah,
village. The whole village came out. It was an awesome
the
time.
whole village. That's right. That's right. Oh,
I I'm getting out of there, Stash. Buttons
It,
all yours, buddy.
it was a blast. Yeah, we keep popping on the same comments. Phil, it was literally a blast. Literally a blast. I was either grabbing a beer, hopping out for a quick smoke, and the 180-mile-an-hour wind that was coming through
Jeez.
Fort Wayne at the time, but I totally missed it. And I think it was afterwards. He's like, "Man, did you get a picture of that?" I'm like, "I did not. I didn't even." I was like, "When did it happen?" I didn't even see it. I
So
totally missed it.
I've seen 2 videos of it now, and Andrew said he's got a good video of it, but he hasn't sent it to me yet. So Lord only knows what kind of edits will be done. So I'm looking forward to getting that footage.
Oh, that would be freaking killer, right?
I'm
Yeah,
not saying that's what he's doing. I'm just assuming that's why he's not sending me the video.
right. No, that would be freaking sweet. Yeah, yeah, that would be freaking sweet. So yeah,
Thank you, Mr. King.
if you've got video of it, either I don't know, hell, post it in the in-game chat for the event page, or send it to Red and I, because admittedly, I did a halfway decent taking pictures this time. It wasn't one of those, you walk away thinking, "Holy shit, I got to steal a bunch of pictures from everybody else's posts." I got several, but I did not get that 3.
I took 3. That's a lie. I took 5 because I took 2 at the at Billy's birthday party.
Right on,
But
right
3
on. No, I did a little better than that, but yeah, I missed a couple that I wished I would have gotten for sure.
And then, man, so Saturday was awesome, and then Sunday, me and this man, Mr. Stash, got to go on Mob In, the England
Yes.
show from England TV, Beard Mob England TV. Had a great interview with them. It was a couple-hour show. We talked about everything, and
Oh,
just seeing the passion and love from the brothers over there, and then we see it here, and then just makes you feel like you're part of something bigger, because it is. It's way bigger than we are.
oh man, dude, that's a good way to frame it. I mean, that's exactly how I felt afterwards. And well, hell, during, right? But Liam or Sandman and Nathan or Zen from Beard Mob England pulling us on. Got to talk about your reenactments and such, and just digging in. Right, there's really no question off the map, but as you said, it makes you feel like it's a lot bigger than just where you're at, right? And that's part of the reason I enjoyed Mob, right? And the whole bearding community. Don't get me wrong, I'm Beard Mob Indiana, but just the whole broader organization. It's super freaking cool, and to chat with those cats, it was oh man, over 2 hours, long
Yeah.
show, but man, it didn't feel like it after it was done. I needed to take a piss, but yeah. I was ready for an intermission to go, anyway.
The thing that struck me is, we're talking about, the comps we're going to back to back to back to back and stuff, and they're doing 4 to 6 a year. And it just, man, I'd have the post comp blues for like months at a time.
That would be tough. And that's one of the things we talked about yesterday. It's like there's no shortage of opportunities to get involved where we're at, right? We live in a sweet spot. What's up, Babs? We live in kind of a sweet spot where there is always stuff going on within a 4 to 6 mile drive, and you could get involved almost every weekend within just that radius.
Hey, Stash, I need to know where those comps are. The ones within a 4 to 6 mile drive.
Did I say 4 to 6 mile? 4 to 6 hours. Jesus.
Damn.
It's Monday.
I'm gonna ride my bike to a comp. I couldn't ride my bike. I couldn't ride my bike that far. No.
Hey, you know what comp is going to be 4 to 6 minutes for me? Is coming up in August, Bearded Theater, by God. Right? That's about 6 minutes from my house. But anyway, yeah. Miles, thank you. I appreciate the correction. 4 to 6 hours, I mean, we aren't scared to hop in a car and drive for 18, for God's sakes. So, but the sweet spot, right? So I couldn't imagine only being able to attend, 7, 8 a year. That would be tough.
Yeah. It would be hard on me now. I guess if we didn't know any better, it wouldn't be.
True. Another thing I want to highlight from Bearded Hero. Uh, I'm gonna say a couple of months ago. It wasn't that long ago. Earlier this month, man, how time flies. Earlier this month, we had Mob Fest 6, right? And we showed up as a crew. Well, as part of Bearded Hero, we did a comic book cover, and I don't think we got a picture of that, which is cool. Johnny Rodriguez was doing comic book covers, and we did a comic book for based on the theme that we did down at Mob Fest. And
Yeah,
if you weren't there, look at there. We got some fresh stickers hot off the press of Beard Mob Indiana showing up for
absolutely loving it.
the group category down at Mob Fest 6, which was super awesome. Uh, and yeah, so when you sent me that image, I couldn't hesitate. I got on uh, a certain, I don't know if we can say it, but a certain sticker company's website and had stuff delivered. So I handed some out
That
at
sticker
Bearded Hero.
company's an ass.
They are an ass, but I tell you what, they do good stuff. They do good stuff. So yeah, I had to get a second sticker, bro. Look at that.
Love it.
Ah!
Abso-freaking-lutely love it, brother. It's so funny because, like I said, I've seen pictures on the Facebook of that image on a lighter. I've seen pictures on Facebook of that image on a phone charger. You really built yourself a brand.
Yeah, we're gonna. Hey, if self-deprecation was a thing, man. Oh, look at there, right? Yeah, Johnny
Johnny
Rodriguez is the
killed it.
man. No, so funny, so fun. I mean, definitely outside my comfort zone, but man, I mean, nowhere near the outside the comfort zone with some of the gentlemen running around in speedos this weekend. So I think I'm good to go. I
Yeah,
think
you
I'm
feel
good.
modest now, don't you?
Yeah, right. I was actually I brought my suit. I brought my Silence of the Stash outfit to wear at the comp. But after Phil said he might be shaving his beard off, I think I said this to you. It's like there's no fucking way I'm getting on stage looking like that because if I get to compete with Phil and look halfway presentable, I ain't gonna be dressed like that. At least I get a good picture.
He said, I ain't going on stage with Phil like that.
Nope. Nope. That was too funny. Too funny.
All right, man. So we got a pretty cool guest this evening. He's
Yeah,
somewhat.
congrats, Fab. Congrats on Sin City, by the way. There was another comp going on this weekend out in Vegas. I think Mob come up pretty solid as well, by the way.
He brought home some hardware,
Look at that.
battle axe, some shields.
Right on. Nice work, y'all.
Emily with her shield there.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah, brother.
Nice job, Emily. Nice job, Fabs. That's awesome. That's awesome. And yes, Phil, that's what I would have expected. So no, sir. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. You slap me anytime.
He's slap happy.
Yep. Yep.
All
Right
right,
on.
brother. Well, I'm excited to talk to this guy because literally I could talk the rest of the show about our weekend because it was that badass.
True.
But we also
We
have
got
a
a pretty
badass person backstage. I met
true.
through an individual we got to see this weekend, Mr. Joe. He had, gave me this individual's name. And so let's just bring on Jacob. Good evening, Mr. Jacob.
How's it going, guys?
What's up, Mr. McGee? How you doing, brother?
Oh, same old shit, different day.
Right.
Understood.
Right on. Right on. Well, I'm glad we got connected and that you found some time in your Monday evening to join on with us, man. Seriously.
You betcha.
All right.
Walt.
Good to have you.
So just for those who don't know who you are, because we probably have a lot of viewers who don't know, just tell us about yourself, kind of where you're located roughly, and how long you've been in the bearded community, and then we'll talk more about the business here in a little bit. But let's get to know you for a second.
Yeah.
Well, as the banner says, I'm Jacob Mcgee. I own Jac'd Up Leatherworks. Actually been in the bearded community for over 5 years, I believe. And I started out with Mad Viking and still here with Mad Viking. I recently joined up with Mad Viking Michigan chapter.
Okay.
And became actually a dues paying member here not too long ago. So
Nice. Great group.
yeah.
Yes. Yes, for
That's
sure.
definitely a good group because I don't look at them as a group anymore. I see them as they're part of the family. So
Absolutely. That's the way we are with Mad Viking, man. We're hand in hand.
yeah, yeah, definitely a good
Well, I
group.
think that's important, right? We all work together, right? We may have separate clubs, but how do we work together? We're all trying to do the same shit. Essentially, is how do we, you know, support the community, support local charities, and have some fun while we're doing it at a high level. So, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, definitely. And that's kind of the one other thing is I kind of like to do, especially what really drawn me to the club. Not only the products that they make and stuff, but the stuff they do for the communities, and the stuff that we do for our communities here. And we're not all these what everybody calls the dirty biker look with grungy beards going around drinking beer all the time and causing fights and everything. But we're actually out in the community and we've got our boots on the ground and we're doing what we can for the community. So
100%.
And that's what it really boils down to. And I say it all the time. People are probably tired of hearing me say it, but do good shit.
Yep.
Just do good shit.
Absolutely. I
Being
agree.
a good human being.
Yep. Absolutely. So you're located up in Michigan. You from that area? You
No, I can't.
hey,
I'm
What's up,
actually
Taylor?
I was born in Tucson, Arizona. I grew up on a ranch just south of Tucson called McGee Ranch, and I think 2010 we moved from there to Corpus Christi, Texas, and then was there for about 10, 11 years, something like that. Waited for the kids to get out of high school, and like I said, we moved to Maine. Found out that you basically had to be a millionaire to live in Maine. So, and then we found our way over here and been here for probably going on almost 2 years. So,
Nice.
yeah, and it's actually kind of growing on me. And like I said, having the Michigan family here just kind of made it just a whole lot better to actually deal with all this white stuff that's called snow.
Yeah, I was going to say you probably didn't get a whole lot of that down the Tucson area. I would guess, right?
Yeah, well, growing up as a kid up in the mountains where the ranch was, we got snow as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was nothing like this. This is, dear God, I thought I was going to die that first winter.
Well,
Good
I mean,
old
you might
Winnipeg
get,
snow.
yeah, so you might get some up in the mountains, but then as soon as you drive to town, it's like 100 degrees with, yeah. So I mean, yeah,
Right.
you could get about 10 different climates in a couple hours drive. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Corpus Christi, that you got the heat and the humidity to go along with it, right?
Yeah, definitely. I was part of the polar plunge this year.
Oh hell!
I seen the leap.
Yeah, it was about the coldest damn thing I've ever experienced in my life. And,
Oh, I bet, man. You come out of that cold water wanting to take back shit you didn't steal. I'm telling you.
coming out of that water, I almost couldn't breathe. It was hard to catch my breath after that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Parker says Michigan has 2 seasons: winter and construction.
So far from what I've seen, he's right.
Yeah, that's funny.
I've only been there less than a handful of times, but I always had a good time. But I don't think I could live there.
Winter and construction. I like that. Yeah.
It takes some getting used to. Let me tell you, especially coming from basically what I call the southern hemisphere. Growing up in the desert my whole life. Even down in Corpus, living down there, it was real nice. But a lot of people were like, "It's hot, it's hot." It's like, well, I'm from southern Arizona where it gets 120 degrees in the shade, so this ain't hot.
Yeah, I think Postman in Southern Dakota, South Dakota, is maybe on a similar glide path.
Yeah, he gets plenty of the snow.
For sure.
So
For sure.
One of the reasons we brought you on to talk tonight, Mr. Jacob, is this little thing right here you got going on.
That is our new logo.
I love it.
No, I dig that. Jac'd Up Leatherworks.
Yeah. And my wife actually came up with the name. And it's actually everybody in the family it's our first names, with our first name initials.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it was just a play on our names, and it stuck and been going ever since with it.
Well, that worked out absolutely perfect for you guys.
I like that. So the whole Jac'd Up portion, I'm assuming, is your initials.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep, definitely. And it used to be. I mean, I still use it every once in a while, but I had my first logo was actually a wolf and crow, and it was actually the crow flying over the wolf.
Nice.
Okay. So, cool.
I couldn't find that one. I would have definitely had that one too.
Yeah. No, I love your logo. And I love
the other stuff.
I love the theme behind it. I was actually going to ask it what brought you to Jac'd Up, and I thought, well, maybe it's just shortened versions of Jacob, but I love that there's more to the story.
Family ties.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I dig it.
So, did you just pick up a leather strap one day and start chewing on it, and then got soft enough to make something? How'd you get started in this?
Well, actually, I guess my love of leathercraft was when I was a kid, because my dad would actually work on saddles and stuff when I was a kid. And of course, being a kid, I was doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to, like getting into my dad's leather dye and opening it up and seeing what it was, and end up being covered in leather dye.
Probably sticks to the skin pretty well, I would assume.
Oh yeah, and that was back in the early '80s when that stuff was. If it died, it died. Yeah, and that stuff didn't come off for almost a month and a half, 2 months.
You can't hide the fact that the hand was in the cookie jar, because you can see the remnants on it, right?
Oh yeah, it was all over. I was saddle tan for a month and a half.
Hey, you might have invented the spray tan.
Hey,
you never know.
There you go. One treatment, you're good to go for 3 or 4 months. That's
for a month.
Yeah. I kind of stuck with it for a little bit. I was always there trying to help my dad, either fix saddles or, whenever he needed a new belt, he'd make himself a new belt, and I'd try to help out as I could.
Okay.
And then he passed away in '92 and never picked up leather afterwards. I kind of took a hiatus of that whole, blaming all the other stuff except for me kind of era. So.
All been there, brother.
Yeah. And then I think it was right around 2017. I was welding at the time, and I come across this website because, welders, we go all in and all out. So I found this one leather company that made custom welding hoods, and they had the leather bib on them and everything else.
Okay.
And I was looking at the prices of them, like, well, I'm not going to pay that much money for those damn things. There ain't no way.
Oh, hell no.
I could make one of those myself and probably make it a whole lot cheaper. Well, I found out why they charge that much money, because they charge that money now and probably just a little bit more than they do. So that's what got me back into it. Was I didn't want to pay that much money for a custom made welding hood. So.
Hey, necessity is the mother of all invention.
Yeah.
Agree. And I tell you what, I can appreciate the hell out of that, because I started out my business career, my whole life is, started in manufacturing. I'm still in manufacturing, but I started out as a production welder. So, long haired, hippie type, you know what I mean? And you got a do-rag ain't enough to keep your hair from catching on fire. I'm just going to say it. So you gotta have some stuff over your head, the back of your neck, up around your side. So yeah, well, absolutely.
I've never had a problem with that, because I've been kind of like this ever since high school almost. So I didn't have to worry about burning the hair off. Except
he done burnt all the hair off his head already.
No, love that. Love that. I agree. Crayon. Yeah, it's a good shirt. I got mine in the laundry at the moment. Yeah. One man band here. I got to do all my own stuff. But
He
but
does
no,
all his
I
own stunts.
yeah. No, I love how that you kind of found the need based on the current. I 100% agree with Red that necessity is the mother of invention, and good Lord, we all figure out ways to figure stuff out when we need them. But to see a need and be like, hey, I can make one of those. So I mean, where did it go from there? How did you go from I can make some covers from a welding hood perspective to kind of some of the stuff you're doing now?
Well, I mean, it's basically started that after I got mine done and I was wearing it at work and everything else, and the guys at work were like, "Oh, hey, make me one, make me one, make me one,"
Yeah.
kind of deal. So,
Right on.
it kind of stemmed from there, and it just started out as making those, and then I started making other stuff. As I was going along, I was trying to remember what my dad taught me about it, and when I started, even in 2017, I didn't really find too much out there on YouTube like you can, the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I picked up some old leather magazines and stuff, and we started reading on that. And the few people that did have YouTube channels, I was watching them to just pick up on stuff here and there.
Sure.
And as you're starting out, you make so many mistakes. I think probably in the first probably 6 months, I probably wasted probably about 3 or 4 highs just trying to practice and learn and everything else.
Just like anything else, man, there's a learning curve. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely a trial and error, right? I'm a big fan of fail fast and fail quick. I don't know if it's maybe a weird expression, but I mean, jump in, figure it out, and you're gonna have those failures, but it's what you do as a result of. Do you learn from them and grow, or you just say to hell with it and toss your hands up? But it sounds like we're learning from them and growing. I'm a big advocate for that.
Yeah, definitely. And I know there's a lot of people that I've known a lot of people that wanted to start it, and they maybe done it for 2 or 3 weeks and just gave up and sold all their stuff and said to heck with it, but with my wife and my daughter, they were always right there like, hey, you can make something out of this, you should do it. And so I started doing it and kept at it and kept going and everything else. And next thing I know, I was actually dealing with my first customers. And then, fast forward to about 2020. Yeah, 2020 or 2019, before all the shit happened. And it kind of forced my hand. I was laid off from my welding job, and so I went from that to doing leather full time, and it took off from there. It was to the point where I didn't have to worry about finding another job. I was, making enough money through the leather and everything else to pay the bills and still buy new leather. So
Right on. And this
Kind
is
words for Mr. Charms.
it's a big one. Charms, so good to see you this weekend, brother, man. But what's up, fellas? Great seeing you both this weekend. One thing I need to say about Jacob Mcgee, he's not selfish. I've seen him help more people with their leather work instead of being a dick and not helping others, man. No, that's a great shout out. That's a great.
thanks, Brian.
Well, and you see that in kind of some of the specialty trade stuff in crafting world with people like, oh, I can't tell you how to do it. I got to keep my secret. But man, what benefit do you get from doing that? I mean,
Well,
share some of the knowledge. Share some of the.
When I first started this, back when when I was helping my dad every once in a while, back then, the only way you could actually learn leather is if you picked it up on yourself and you learned from your own mistakes and do it this way. Getting into somewhere with somebody and being their apprentice was about the only way you could do it. And then you had to actually talk your way into it to where they actually say, all right, you're just bothering me. I'm just going to let you in here and you just sweep the floors for a while, type deal.
Right.
But like now today, I mean, there's so much information out there that you could practically go on YouTube and learn how to become a leather tooler and build wallets and whatever else. That there's so much information out there. It's not even funny anymore. It's just,
But
and it's I mean, I still find out. I still learn things every day. I'll watch Don. I watch Don Gonzalez a lot. He's a saddle maker down there in Texas,
Okay.
and I've actually learned a lot from him. And there's certain things that I don't like to cut out and to make, like for belt strips and everything else, just because it's a pain in the butt. But Don, he's actually grown his so much that he actually sells kits that he'll cut out himself, and he sells to other leather workers.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think, to the point of helping other people. I mean, yeah, you can be selfish and be a dick out, Charms mentioned, but I think there's an element of helping others, right? To where, yeah, I might give you some secrets, but you still got to learn and do it, right? You can watch YouTube all day long, but you're still going to have those trial and error moments. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's until you roll your sleeves up and get dirty and figure it out until you really get a feel. I think and maybe I'm incorrect, but I'd say there's a lot of knack involved, and you can maybe watch a video and kind of get a feel, but until you get your hands in it and, your own dexterities and just all the other stuff involved with it, right? What feels right, what smells right, what looks right, those kinds of things. That takes trial and error and practice, as with anything. I mean,
Your
it's
hands
not
dirty
Yeah.
Amen.
or tanned, either way.
Yeah. She's speaking of Megan Beeler. She's it's in my genes, and by the way, that's my cousin right there. Her dad is my great uncle is the one that I got all those craft aids, and I got some of these tools that date back to the 1800s. It was her dad's.
That's awesome. We were kind of talking before the show a little bit. You were talking about I think it was online, like maybe some groups, some leatherworking groups where you could find some old school tools and people, putting them on the shelves to look at versus, hell no, I'm going to use those. I'm going to put them to work. They're made for a purpose, right? They're not necessarily to look at, which is cool. I get that, right? If you're running a museum, but if you're doing leatherworking, let's use them. Let's get them into
Yeah, exactly. Getting your hands dirty, exactly how it is.
hands dirty.
Yeah, because like you said, there's only so much you can learn from watching somebody on YouTube or a video or something. You learn
the concept, and then you take the concept and put it to application.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know how many times I've sat there and looked at somebody, and I do it every once in a while to test myself. I'll look at somebody's design that they put out and how to build it and everything else, and I'll try to do it just from memory. And when I get done with it, I'll replay that video and I'll look at their end product and I'll look at mine, and it's two different worlds.
You took two different ways to get there.
Yeah. So, but I mean, with YouTube the way it is and everything else, and how people can learn it anymore, the only problem I see with it is, like I said, back in the day where, you had to go and learn this to get the secrets from the old guys that did it.
Right.
And
right.
It's all over YouTube, but at the same time, everybody's like, oh, it's a great community, we share everything. I was like, well, if you share everything and you don't let people figure out on their own how to do it, you're going to create people that I guess what I would call a lazy crafter. Is they're going to get so used to that they're not going to figure it on their own.
Yeah, they're not trying their own thing or trying to branch out and do something original. They're a manufactured thinker instead of a critical thinker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That goes back into that roll your sleeves up, right? I mean, you can see something done 100 times, but until you've done it 100 times, there's no comparison, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get
then you got to
that.
see if you can find another way to do it. Just because you've done it that way, there might be a better way. So let's try it this way next time.
Yep. And I mean, I've helped a couple leather crafters out, and I'll tell them right off the bat. I says, I'm just going to show you the way I do it, and if it works for you, great, do it that way. You know, if it doesn't, great. Hopefully, some parts of it will help you, and then you got to go out and you basically got to find your own way to do it. But this is the way I do it, so maybe it'll help you along to find your way on it.
Absolutely.
I dig that. Right. We know the end point. How you get there is kind of up to you. There's probably some hard and fast rules you got to follow, but I mean, how you specifically get there is up to your own imagination and how you process and do things. So it makes perfect sense.
In fact, that I'm actually one of the only ones that I've actually found out in the internet and everything else, that I'm actually making reel covers for conventional reels for like shark reels.
I had never seen it before either, but everybody's about to see it because I'm going to show the pictures.
Yeah,
so talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, no, we were going through the pictures.
Definitely got some fishermen on the show tonight, so
yeah.
Just a beautiful piece. And then with the lining, you keep everything secure and tight.
Yeah.
So those are typically for sharks. So I'm not your average guy. I'm not a sportsman, man. I didn't grow up in that kind of household. Been fishing plenty of times, but man, it's just not my thing. But you mentioned sharks. Those are like meant for like specific reels for like shark fishing.
Yeah. I actually built one. It was actually going for an Abbott TRX 130. It's one of the biggest reels that Abbott makes. It holds I think it's over 1.5 miles worth of fishing line.
Wow.
Shit, 1.5 miles of fishing line?
Yeah.
I'm processing that in my brain right now, thinking, you know what I mean. I've been on deep sea fishing ventures and stuff, but holy hell, a mile.
Yeah. In fact, this is
actually
a customer's reel that I got that I'm actually going to be covering, and just to give you in perspective.
Oh wow. My God. Wow.
So
look at that.
That's a fishing reel.
Oh wow.
I've seen Big Country jump in here. I'm surprised he ain't all talking about that.
Right. He's probably giving me shit because he's like the most like outdoorsy and I'm like the least outdoorsy of right. So I love you, Country. Don't hold it against me. But that's a big ass reel. Holy shit.
And that's not even the biggest one.
That's what she said.
Yeah. This right here is the side cover for one of the TRX 130s.
Jeez, oh Pete.
So side cover, right? What is that? Like 8 inches in diameter?
Good. Yeah, about that. It's about 8.5 inches.
See, I may not be worth a shit at fishing, but yeah.
But now he wants the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. Oh, that's
I agree with Chickering. I've had some big catfish reels, but not like that big.
That's insane. That's insane. Oh, that's cool as hell.
So one of the ones off your website or your Facebook page I found that I fell in love with, man, is this Bearding for Autism wallet.
I actually made that for Brian.
Yeah.
One of them. I forgot his last name, but he's a teacher and he's real big into the Bearding for Autism, and I made that for him. I think I made one or two of them. One of them, but I made that for him just because my son is special needs. Yeah, I made it. Brian Tyler. Thank you, Felicia.
Okay.
I'm bad with names.
You're good, man. You're good.
Yeah, my son is special needs, so when he brought that to my attention, I was I was all in for it, so I made that for him. And you know, I've always been big with Special Olympics and stuff like that because of my son. And you know, I was a baseball coach for the Special Olympics team down in Tucson. So
that's awesome, brother.
yeah,
Outstanding.
We got a chance to raise money for Special Olympics last year at our competition for our local, and they used the money to fund a bowling, their whole bowling season. And then they had a tournament kind of like at the end, and they actually asked us to come back and be like lane keepers. And we had an absolute blast. It was fun to see our money, you know, the smiles and the happies and the high fives. You know, knowing that we'd help with that was truly amazing.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you guys ever need something like that, you know, for something to auction off or something like that, you know, you guys just give me a holler. I'm always more than welcome to help out with that kind of stuff.
Right on.
Right.
Well, hey, here's a question that popped in. Nathan Jacobs, we had a chance to meet this mustached, marvelous man at MobFest 6. So he's doing some leather work on the side. I think he's just kind of getting started. But I had a question. How do you connect it to the side reel?
How do I connect to the side reel?
The plate or the case?
I'm guessing the
Not
case.
sure.
I don't know. I figured you.
Maybe the side plate, maybe. I don't know. I just.
Yeah. I think he's talking about the big shark disc off the large logo.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a saddle stitch, and I just, you know, I take the plate around here, and I'll grab the body of one right now.
Go for it, man. We're all getting an education, by God.
Jake, if you ask, you shall receive.
This is,
Yeah,
this is what it starts
I didn't
out.
know you could fit 1.5 miles worth of line on a fishing reel to begin with. So yeah, holy shit.
So this is how they start out. This is for the for an Abbott TRX 130. This is the biggest reel cover that I make. So basically, if you can imagine, that reel has to fit in that.
Wow.
So, and what he's talking about is basically taking this plate and, you know, sewing it on there.
Yeah.
And I don't do any special type of sewing or anything else, and I sew everything by hand. But it's just basically bent, you know, sewed underneath there, and I just keep going around, and it just molds the side plate to it.
Gotcha.
Nice.
I got you. Yeah, I was going to ask, do you use any type of sewing machine, or is that all hand punched through and threaded? And
yeah, they're the only two electric things that I actually have in my arsenal is, well, besides my drill press that I use every once in a while, but I have a small Dremel and the lights above my desk.
Right on.
That's the way it should be done.
So
that's impressive.
I do everything old school.
Well, this isn't old school, but this one I have a lot of questions about, and we were looking at it earlier. These beautiful cell phone cases, man.
Oh wow, those are amazing. I'm like scooting in close to my camera so I can see the additional detail. That is impressive. And I got to ask, I'm sure you're probably gonna mention it, but how is that colorized? Is that using a Dremel, or is that with dyes or heat or some other source to get that level of detail?
The story with that one is actually not mine. I didn't actually do that one. That one was actually made by a friend of mine who owns Martin's Mix, which is an edge burnish solution that I use.
Okay.
He made that for me because I'm the type of maker that I like to get stuff from other makers.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, not only is it supporting them, but
yes.
I kind of, you know, promote them on my page too, that, you know, hey, this is what he made. You know, it goes a lot of ways. So,
sure.
But the way they do that is after they tool it with the various tools that we have, what they'll do is they'll dye the outside edge with a brown or black or whatever they want to do it with.
Okay.
And we'll put, I use tan coat, which is a protectant, I'll wipe it all the way across. I'll just, wipe it down and everything. Let that dry. Yeah, I'm a shill for Martin's Mix. I use their stuff exclusively, so that's all I use. But after you let that dry, we have what we call like an antique gel or paste, and then we'll go over it with that stuff. And what that does is that goes down inside the cracks and all the nooks and crannies and everything else.
Yeah.
And then we'll wipe it off of the surface, but it stays down in the valleys and stuff. And then we put that protectant right back over it, and that's how you get that two-tone.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I noticed that on the basket weave here with the antique in between the stamping.
Yeah. Yeah, that is actually a hand-carved basket weave. That's actually not done by a stamp or anything.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's incredible.
So.
Well, that's impressive. And I got to ask, are those flamingos?
Yeah. Yeah, that's for a longtime family friend, Mary Glover, down there in Arizona.
Right on. Right on.
So.
This was another interesting piece I've seen on there. I love that stitch.
That is actually the first time I actually ever used that type of stitch, and I couldn't tell you the name of the stitch, but I was just sitting there going, well, the koozie was for a Marine, and I wanted to get the Marine, a couple of the Marine Corps colors in there, and I wanted to represent that blood stripe going down.
Nice.
So I was stitching it, and I would just loop that red through it, and then I'd just keep stitching, and I had to do each individual one, as I was going. So that was
turned out well. I like that look a lot.
Yes, yes, and I love the theme that again is behind it. Man, you seem so freaking thoughtful of what you put into the project you're doing, right? It's
you gotta have love and pride in what you're doing, because if you don't have love and pride in what you're doing, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Exactly. Craftsmanship. It's something to be proud of at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of craftsman type fields, that's one of the things we've lost. I mean, not all encompassing by far, because there's some amazing detail oriented carpenters out there carving wood trim and doing it. But overall, I think like the skill of carpentry has kind of become so commercialized, you don't see the craftsmanship anymore.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, there's definitely a niche that are doing things that are just amazing, but overall.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that you don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime you want to give me a holler, just go ahead and give me a holler.
Right on.
I should always be available. If you want, like I said, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, all the same name. My phone number is even on my Facebook and my Instagram. So if you wanted to give me a call, you could find my number on there, or you can just send me a message.
Man, you're a brave soul. You're a brave soul. No, but I love that. It goes back to Charm's comment earlier that just willing to help out and a good dude, man. And I love that. It's, you got to still roll up your sleeves and figure it out, but you're not scared to help give some pointers, give some advice. And
no, if you're scared of doing that, then again, you probably shouldn't be doing it. So
probably shouldn't be doing it.
So
I had one more piece I wanted to bring in, and I'm really hoping it's yours, because I feel really silly about bringing the cell phone case on now.
Hey, it wasn't his, but man, we learned some stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah. The dragon.
That is mine.
Yes, that is amazing.
No, that is absolutely killer. Absolutely killer.
It's actually a Viking era dragon. With actually, if you look at the bottom, is actually a longboat.
Yep.
And actually made that for Viking Nest Forge out there in Arizona.
Very nice. It was a beautiful, beautiful sheath.
Yes, that is impressive. That is impressive. So is that a similar? Pull that back up real quick, Red. Is that similar to how you would add a different color of dye, wipe it off, let it soak into those recesses or whatever?
Yeah.
And let it kind of stick. So do you like dye grind out, like say for example, underneath that dragon's the head in between the neck and the head, where you maybe like fluff up the material or whatever, scratch it up, and then put some dye in so it absorbs more easily?
No, what it is with what you see here is actually made by these tools here, and I'll grab them for you.
I'm sorry if I'm asking too many detailed questions, but I'm curious as hell. I mean,
Well,
I think it's neat.
ask away.
You take a piece of cowhide and be able to turn it into a piece of artwork like that is just, I don't know, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, if you look at it, through history and everything, if you really want to look at it, leathercraft is actually one of the oldest professions in the world.
No, yeah, I can about guarantee it because everything was made from animal hide.
Yeah. So
it's the oldest medium to kind of to do anything with clothing or whatever, weapons, and right.
So, but these are some of the right here. These are some of the tools that we use, and they got different. Well, if I could get the damn thing to focus, but
good.
Yeah,
okay.
We got our bevelers is what we take around the design, and that's what gets the impression.
Okay.
And we got our background stamps, which in that black section underneath the dragon's head, we would use one of those. And then you got different types where you could do shading and everything else. And, that's basically what those big old thumbprints are for. So
nice. Okay.
There's a thousand.
So basically, it's a leather. Some of them are like a leather chisel. You can just go around and like route her out of a groove or.
Well, actually, what it's we're not removing any material.
We're stamping it in.
Yeah, we're actually stamping it because when you're doing it, your leather is actually wet with water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's what we call casing. So you spray it down, you'll wait for it to kind of dry out a little bit, then you carve it out, and then you go around, you put your design on, and all that good stuff. And this knife right here is actually only in the leather world. You won't find it in any other craft.
This is a Bearding Business exclusive sneak peek.
So
exclusive breaking news.
That is what we call our swivel knife. And this was actually custom made for me by a wood turner, and that's
nice.
resin and maple burl.
Okay, nice.
So, and that's what we carve all the lines and everything else inside that leatherwork for. That's what we use.
Very cool.
You got a little ergonomic, knuckle guide there or something?
Yeah, what it is you just kind of put it on your foot, that knuckle there, and then it turns with it.
I'm tracking you. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I think we all got an education tonight. This is pretty fun.
Yeah. In fact, the lady there that just put on there's Anita Balls, that is the one that made that swivel knife for me.
Right on.
Excellent. I love how you've got tools from your great uncle, you've got tools from friends, you're doing stuff for other friends. Yeah, love it. Full circle.
Oh yeah,
that's good stuff.
And yeah, Nathan, you are right. The hardest thing to learn is your swivel knife, because when I first started, dear God, I could not use that swivel knife on a straight line bigger than 3 inches. If it was longer than 3 inches, I could not keep it straight. It just, for some damn reason, I would either turn it just a little bit and it would, shoot off without, it was. But now it's to the point where I can actually make a pretty long straight line now. But
right on. And I'm assuming you're using like your middle finger, thumb, and your index finger to kind of hold it steady and be able to keep constant pressure. And okay.
It'd definitely be a muscle memory thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. Muscle memory plays a big part in leathercraft.
For sure.
Anywhere from using your swivel knife to using your maul, using the stamps. It's just all memory.
Yep. That's awesome.
The steel skulls.
Jacob, thank you so much for taking the time to explain all this stuff to us, because we're ignorant.
Yeah. No, I don't know what Joe's I don't know what Mr. Barone's mentioning here. Show one of the
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
I do too, and I didn't bring the picture over.
My buddy makes these things down in Texas,
It's so cool. It's so freaking cool.
and
Show and tell's my favorite.
I'm telling you. I'm loving it.
Yes.
Oh, snap.
so
Look
that
at
is
that.
it's wrought iron. It's from a chain link from a ship,
Jeez,
and
that is awesome.
he makes
Hell
these
yeah.
damn things in a forge. And oh my god, this one is I think 6.8 pounds.
It looks incredibly solid and heavy. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
That's dense for sure.
That is cool as hell.
I'll take you on a little trip real quick.
Let's do it. Look at that.
Oh, you got different sizes.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I've got a whole family of them up there.
Now that is awesome. That is
So-
absolutely awesome. I dig it.
Jacob, if somebody wants to buy some of your products, where can they just hit you up? Get it on your Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, the best way to get a hold of me is through the Facebook or my Instagram. And like I said, my number's on there in my profile for it. So even if they wanted to give me a call, that's fine too. And that's the best way to get me. I'm more than likely always answer the phone. If I don't, give me a couple minutes and I'll get back with you. Leave me a message.
Right on.
But
Nice.
here you go, Anita. This is another project that Anita made for me.
Ooh, they turned those too?
Yeah, she did. And this right here is actually stacked leather.
Oh,
No,
really?
that is awesome. They just glue it, pressure it, and then put it on the lathe, or
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I've seen
That's
knife.
cool.
I've seen knife handles that way.
Yeah, a lot of the old K-bars were made like that back in the day.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
Well, Jacob, thank you for coming on tonight, man. I know I kind of hit you up at random, and then I was like, "Hey, I got a spot Monday," and you're like, "Okay." I was like, "Yes, thank you." I've been looking forward to it all weekend. I do civil war reenacting with my wife, and we do a lot of leather stuff and chiefs, and so I've been really excited to see the show. It's been wonderful. I am feeling much more educated. So,
True
thank you
statement.
for spending your Monday evening with us.
you betcha.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
No, it was super informative. I think Yukon said it like, yeah, very informative. I don't know the first thing about leather working, but I get a little better feel for it. You showing some of your tools and some of your products, and yeah, I echo what old Red said. Thanks for popping on and giving us an education.
You betcha. Not a problem.
Great show. Absolutely great show. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
You betcha.
Jacob, we hope to see you back again sometime, man. Show some more cool stuff.
You betcha. Anytime. You just give me a holler, and when you want me on, and I'll be here.
All right, brother.
Right
Well, you
on.
enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thank you so much again, and we'll be talking soon, sir.
All
Yeah.
right, man. You
Take
guys-
care, brother, man.
Good night.
Good to see you. Wow. Dude, that's so cool.
That
That's
was
so cool.
Such fun. Such fun.
Oh man, I mean, we seems like we have a great episode every week and get to meet cool people. But I definitely learned some stuff. What's up? Yep, that's my daughter. What's up, girl? Yep. Hopefully, she learned a little something about leather work. She'll be making new, I don't know, seats for her car or something, seat covers or something for her car or something soon. Watching the leather work stuff.
Well, I got a whole little back of my head list of all the things I want to have made now. So
Oh my god! Right? Yeah.
Right.
That is cool. That is
I may
cool.
have to have a custom made mob wallet, or better yet, maybe a mob holster made. That would be epic.
I love the idea of the wallet, man. I'm usually not packing the heat very often. But No, that autism awareness wallet, that's badass.
That
That's
was
badass.
amazing. So maybe we can have him do
So,
something like that for us, for the mob.
hey, that'd be cool. That'd be
Be cool.
cool. So I know we're kind of running a little bit over. We always try to be punctual because we are. At least we always start on time, for God's sakes. But
Yeah, but how could you leave Jacob, man? I couldn't do it. Still
no,
don't want to do it. He's in the backstage. I'm just gonna like pop him back on for
yeah, I
a
wanted. Yeah,
yeah,
we could honestly, we probably could have talked in there 2 hours about some of this
easy.
cool stuff. I want to take a trip around his house and see some of that cool shit. That chain right is off the chain. Is that the expression? It's off the chain. Is that what the kids are saying these days? But
Yeah, about 10 years
uh,
ago they did.
yeah, I mean, my late brother used to do some stuff like that. You've seen my garage. I got some of his metal works, but that was freaking. That's
Yeah,
cool
those
stuff, man.
those skulls are amazing. So
Metal works a little bit more of my wheelhouse versus leather work, but nonetheless. Anyway, what we got coming up this week, man? What's going on this week?
oh man, this week we got see today's Monday. We got the pack coming up on Wednesday
That's
and
right.
the amazing ladies of the sideshow on Thursday. Always a good
Absolutely.
time too. And then
What's
we'll
happening
wrap
this
it
weekend? What's happening
this
this weekend?
weekend.
We got anything going on?
I don't know, another one of them Schwindig with them hooligans.
We do. We do. Hiram.
Hiram's
Yep.
Hiram's
Hiram.
Beard and Mustache Club presents Clash of the Whiskered with special guest
Absolutely.
judge.
Hey, this
That
guy. I get
fucking
to be a
guy.
judge. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't get a chance to lose to Taxi Phil this weekend because I think he's going to be the MC, which is awesome.
And you're
But
gonna be a judge.
yeah, my first opportunity is being a judge up in Plymouth, Indiana. So hopefully,
Damn, I might have to go mustache this weekend.
I think you should. I think you should go full must. No, don't do that because you need to shave that off in August. Bearded Theater, shave for prostate.
Yes.
We've been talking about this for a hot minute, and you keep trying to pump it up. We got so many cats that are getting ready to lose either hair or facial hair um, at the event or before the event. Then we got some thresholds made. What
You got
I
a
know.
$500 one now for with shooter,
Yep,
and
yep.
then
Got a chance to meet Shooter this past weekend. That was awesome.
great, great cat. Love me some shooter. And then Bam Bam Beard Mob Tennessee stepped up last week and said, for 1,000, I'll shave my head and mustache. So we're stepping it up. But here's the thing: is I'm not seeing anybody shaving yet. So the PayPal down here at the bottom, y'all raised $100 for me to eat crickets the other night. I mean, what do I got to eat for more money? Because I'm hungry. But
Well,
anyway,
that's an open ended question. So I would put some
well,
bookends around it. But anyway, your point is well taken, right? You ate some crickets for $100. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep
keep
pushing, y'all.
moving.
It's an outstanding cause. Men's health, shave for prostate, going for $4,000. We got folks coming from out of town as far as Louisiana going to come and shave shit off live action, right? So yeah, jump
Indiana,
in it.
August 12th at the
August
Bearded
12th,
Theater,
Bearded
the
Theater.
historical Crump Theater in Columbus, Indiana. I am
Yep.
excited. It's going to be an amazing time. So many things I would love to spew on the air about what we got going on, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
wait. We'll keep throwing some teasers out there. How much money for Stash to grow a beard for a year? Ooh, that's an interesting concept, Yukon. That's an interesting concept. I don't know. We'll have to put that in the thought bank. And
He's going to add
yeah,
that to the figure them out spot.
I'm glad you didn't say shave a stash because I don't know if I can pull that off, man. That's just I don't know. But
I'll
grow a
pay
beard
money
for
for
a
him not
year.
to shave his stash.
Grow a beard for a year. That's an interesting concept. Huh. Huh.
Maybe you can
Interesting.
start at Bearded Theater, follow back up, and whatever charity we got going on then, whatever we'll
Maybe.
go with.
What's up, D Train? Thanks for jumping on, bub. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
Right on, man. What else we got to cover?
I think we've done it, my man. We covered the weekend. We had an educational leatherworking lesson with an amazing guest.
Did we?
Talked about some cool people. Talked about the shape of prostate. I think it's a done day Monday, Mr. Stash.
Sunday, Monday, and let me just say that I appreciate everybody that has joined on. We certainly appreciate you jumping in, following. I know not everybody can watch live, and that's cool, but check us out, hit us up. We have fun. Try to do something a little bit different. Bearded, oh, wrong hand. Bearded Family Network.
Yes.
Look it up. We got lots of good programming. Try to bring something fresh and new every week.
And we had a lot of new viewers tonight. So if you kind of dug our little shit show of a show we do with some amazing people, they got their shit together. We don't. But
Yep.
if you liked it, you can go to Bearded Family Network on YouTube, and all of our previous episodes are there, as well on the Bearded Business page on Facebook. So we'll go back and look at some of the other guests we've had. We've had some pretty amazing guests the last 11 episodes, 12 episodes. So
We have. Well, man, with that, about 10 minutes late, but holy smokes, it's well worth it. Well worth it.
every minute.
I love you, brother. I love
I
every
love you,
one of
brother.
you out there watching. Thank you so much. Have an outstanding week. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other.
Love every one of y'all.